Being able to describe what race actually is so deep that the description of this can go on and on and on. But one descriptive word that I find so easily to describe race amongst humanity is hate. Race, hate. Hate, race. For humans to be able to describe one another with a complexion rather than the origin, the level at which this word eats deep into our existence as humans is appalling, to the extent that for any human to exist in any location of the earth, you have to be descriptive of your race rather than where you come from originally. And I find it so confusing because common sense will demand that for people to be able to describe themselves, it should be with where the person is from or where the person was born and grew up. Because rather than race, what really makes us or cultivates us is our culture. And culture really is how humanity do what they do. So in every community, that community decides what their belief system is, what they allow and don't allow, how they have chosen to do things in life, their value system, and a general knowledge of how they really want to see themselves or handle life while they are here on earth. But the reverse is the case, because what we see in this day and age, and ever since, not just now, is that rather than embracing what makes us who we truly are as humans or collective humans, is our culture and the way we do things. But what we choose to embrace is the race, and race consists of the color of your skin. Race consists of a lot of discrimination, believing that a sect of people being described by their appearance in terms of how their hair looks, their complexion, and even oftentimes the way they speak, are put in a box as no-gooders, as a set of people that one should not relate with. And that, my people, and when I mean my people, I mean you humans out there, because at the end of the day we are all people. Race is destructive, and you will not believe the level of impact it has in some certain culture of the world, and how that has extended to all parts of the earth, whereby it has become a norm, unconsciously become a norm, and it is eating deep into the system, whereby children who are born into this world with their innocence are actually taught this way of life. And I mean way of life of embracing race, of teaching children right from the young age of 1, 2 and upward how to view a sect of people differently from others, based on the complexion of their skin, and based on their accent, or based on the appearance of their hair, is really damaging amongst humanity, and it's worrisome. I find it really troubling because it damages people mentally, psychologically and morally, because being racist towards another human being is morally wrong. It's a value system we should completely discourage. I mean, look at what is going on around the world, whereby certain people are denied certain opportunities or certain support just because they look the way God has created them. And what actually worries me as a person when I take a broader look at everything is that when we are born into this earth, we have no control of our physical appearance. And what I mean by that is we being dark in complexion or brown in complexion, or the different tones of the skin, be it you being fair and I being brown skin and another being much darker, having a much darker tone brown skin or fair skin. And then for me to be able to relate with the other, that's another person, I have to base my relationship with the other person on the complexion of their skin. To me, it makes no sense. I mean, why? Why do we as humans or people embrace so much damaging and destructive behavior or belief? And what even makes it worse is that this race of a thing is even existing amongst the different types of religion, be the big well-known religions like Christianity, or down to the unknown religions out there. And religion is supposed to be a place where love is preached, unity embraced, equality promoted. But in most cases, when you attend these religious congregations, you find that even racism is practiced amongst this gathering. You go to the workforce, it's the same. In the society, it's in existence. It's something humanity have to really do everything in our power to condemn, to disapprove and disallow. Because at the end of the day, we are all humans. We've got 2 eyes, 1 mouth, 1 nose, body, legs is the same. Because the texture of my hair happens to be coily and the texture of another person's hair happens to be straight, doesn't make one better than the other. When you put the sun and the moon together, you can't base the sun to be superior than the moon, because at the end of the day, they are both needed. We can't have the sun all through 24 hours a day. Why? Because it's going to distort time. It's going to distort and disguise what the time is. And we can't have the moon 24 hours a day because it's going to do the same. So we need both. And my belief system is that God, who has created humans as brown skin, dark brown skin, fair skin or pale skin or yellow skin, hasn't made a mistake, but it is we humans who have chosen to change a beautiful creation as distorted, as in a confusing manner, in a divisional manner, turning one against the other. Why? In order to have control. And There are other different things that humanity use against one another. Race being one, religion another, gender, when you talk about a man being more superior than the woman, it's like saying the sun is more superior than the moon, or vice versa. But I'm very sure that God's intention is to bring a balance to creation, whereby one cannot do without the other. Because when you take one out, then the other is incomplete. And you take the other out, then the one is incomplete. So how do we, as humans, just come to this assumption that when you're fair skin, you're more superior than the other that is brown skin or dark brown skin, or black as it's commonly referred? It's really troubling, and with the current situation around the globe, it really brings this to the surface. A few years ago, it was the case of an African American being killed, breath taken out of him for a flimsy reason. And now this. When are we as humans really going to get it? That we are here for one another. That the sun is not greater than the moon, nor the moon greater than the sun. But both are needed for existence. Both are needed for a balance. Both are needed for time. And time is what helps us depict day from night and night from day. So if everyone on earth becomes fair skin or pale skin or white as it is commonly referred, will that be satisfying enough for those who choose to go on the path of racism? I think those who choose to be racist will definitely be accountable to the one who has created them, because it's another way of murdering your fellow human being without necessarily using a gun or a knife. Something worth thinking about, especially if you're a racist out there. I'll see you some other time. Take care. Bye.